Hello everybody, welcome back. I know you all missed me. Oh, that's really hot. I know all two of you have missed me. I haven't posted since either just before or just after Thanksgiving. I don't really remember what day Thanksgiving was. I think it's on the 25th was when I posted last. I had filmed a video after that, but then I deleted all the footage by accident and I just didn't feel like doing it again. So here I am a month and a half later. I have my coffee from a dirty mug because, you know, why not? So I actually just wanted to give you guys, because I know, you know, how much all two of you care about my life right now. Just a little life update. So if you watched my last video, I had mentioned that I was living... Alright, so back in September, I moved in with my grandfather to help take care of him. Shortly after that, about probably close to a month after that, he had some memory issues. There was this whole big thing, and he ended up in the hospital, and then in a rehab for like probably close to 2 months. It was a really long time. We finally got him out the day before Thanksgiving, and he came home. I don't know why I put lipstick on. I'm just, you know. By the way, this mug wasn't dirty when I started drinking it. I've just been drinking coffee since like 6 o'clock, so that's what's happened throughout the morning. Anyway, sorry, I get distracted. The quality of this is gonna be awful too, because I'm not gonna edit it, because I don't want to. So he came home just before Thanksgiving. He was still kind of out of it. When he was in the rehab, he was just over medicated, and something else that happens to elderly people that are in nursing homes and hospitals. They kind of get this, I think they called it hospital dementia, where they just, you know, they look like they're just, I don't know, him specifically, he just looked like a zombie, and, you know, you couldn't talk to him for more than 20 minutes without him, like, zoning out or falling asleep. That also had to do with the medication that they had him on, because they said he was aggressive, which he wasn't. He does tend to be stubborn and have a temper, but if you're trained properly and you know what you're doing, you should be able to handle it without over medicating. This is something that happens a lot in nursing homes, and, you know, staff are great, but I think a lot of nursing homes are understaffed for the needs that these patients have. So that could be a whole other video, honestly. So comment if you want me to do that. But anyway, so he came home right after Thanksgiving. He was still a little out of it for a few days, but honestly, like, even just the ride home, I was seeing a difference just in his responses, and he was actually responding and not, you know, just like zoning out and falling asleep. I say a lot, sorry. So where was I going with this? Oh, so he's, you know, he's been home now since Thanksgiving, as I've mentioned 4 times. And his memory is still not great. He's sometimes forgets who I am. A lot of the time he thinks I'm his aunt, my aunt, not his aunt. He asked for my grandmother a lot, who passed away almost 12 years ago, and At first, I would remind him, and it didn't really upset him. He would just say, "Oh yeah, that's right." But now, because usually he just, when I do remind him, he just forgets almost immediately. Like within 10 minutes, he's asking for her again. So now I just go along with it, and I just say, like, she's out shopping or something. And that usually works. It's really the time of day. The good thing about it is, like, I know when because of the dementia, I know when he's gonna start getting confused, and it's usually around lunchtime. So it's now 10 o'clock now, so he's actually, mornings is his best time. So because of all his confusion and all that stuff, we had to put him in a day program during the day, which I don't know, I was a little skeptical about. And not because I don't trust them, it's just I don't want a lot of the day programs that I know of and I've heard of, even the ones that are for elderly and not necessarily disabled people, they do sometimes mix the crowd. So it's elderly and disabled individuals, and which is fine, that's great. Equality for everybody. However, I didn't want him to feel, how do I describe this? I wanted him to be around other people that were similar in age, similar to his cognitive abilities. I didn't want him to he still calls it a daycare, which, he's okay with it. He understands that he needs to be there. He still tries to leave every day around lunchtime because he gets confused. But, yeah, so anyway, so we found one. Anyway, moral of the story. That's not even the right saying. We found one for him. I'm eating some homemade trail mix, by the way. Is it trail mix? I don't know. I mixed some stuff. So we found one for him. It was actually recommended by someone that I work with, who she had her mother there who has Alzheimer's. So, and honestly, they've been great so far. First couple of days didn't really go well. He tried storming out. Luckily, they have like locked doors, so he couldn't actually get out. We did have to. He is on a. Sorry, I just found a string that I need to cut. My ADD. Okay. See, this, I just keep getting distracted. This video is gonna be awful because I can't edit it. Oh, the day program. So we did end up prescribing him. The doctor ended up prescribing him a low dose of a sedative type medication, which has actually worked. I was really nervous because I don't want him to be a zombie like he was in the nursing home. But he's on a pretty low dose in the morning and then at noontime, and it helps. He still gets confused, but he doesn't really get agitated. There have been times where I didn't give it to him at 12, and that was rough because he would just wander around the house, try to look for things that He couldn't even tell me what he was looking for, but he was very adamant about finding it. Wanted to go out, waiting for somebody. No matter how many times I tried to redirect him, he would just go back to it. So the medication does help, and it doesn't put him to sleep. It just kind of calms him down a little bit, which is great. It doesn't necessarily help the memory. I don't think there is a medication for that. So that is that. It's really pretty much been like a full-time job, and so my daily routine right now is I try to wake up before him. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but so usually I try to wake up around 6:30. I get the coffee ready, I get the TV on, like I get the living room all set up for him, and then I wake him up. Usually he's incontinent at night, so I have to, so he'll get in the shower. Most days he can kind of shower himself, but he does need assistance in and out and drying off and, you know, reaching certain parts. And so because he's incontinent, I'm doing laundry every single day, which I love laundry. Like, laundry is not like a huge task. It's a lot of laundry every day. And so then, you know, I got him showered, dressed. He goes in the living room. And fortunately, like I said, mornings is his best time. So he usually just sits in the living room, drinks his coffee, watches the news. Sometimes he'll fall asleep. And then I leave around 8 o'clock to go watch, to bring him to the program, and then I go to work straight from there. 3 o'clock, which I usually don't get home from work until like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and the day program ends at 3. So from 3 to 6, we hired somebody to come and watch him. Oh, my nose just got like really stuffy all of a sudden. We hired someone to watch him for a few hours. So that's been good. She's young, doesn't really have experience, but like, luckily with him, she doesn't have to do much. She just kind of watches him. If he gets up, just follow him around, make sure, it's really just to make sure he doesn't fall or leave the house. And it's only for 3 hours a day, so it's, you know, it's not too bad. So then I get home from work, make him dinner, switch the laundry over that I started in the morning, make his bed, give him his meds, and he's usually in bed by like 7:30. Sometimes he tries to go to bed at like last night he went to bed at like 6:30, and I tried to stop him, but he just looked exhausted, so I let him go. But he goes to bed pretty early, which is good because by that time I am just completely dead and all I want to do is lay down. So I'm usually in bed by like 8 o'clock. And that's pretty much my routine during the week. And then the weekends, again, I wake up around the same time, sometimes a little later depending on, you know, if he's sleeping in or not. Pretty much from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm cleaning. Because that's the only time I get to clean is on the weekend, because I'm working all week, and then I come home from work at night and do dinner, get it ready, making the beds. So I don't have time to really clean. So Saturday and Sunday is when I sweep all the rooms, I vacuum, I mop, I get my laundry done. Plus, whatever laundry I have to, like his bedding probably has to be done again. I wipe down the stove. I try to meal prep. I'll get into that in a little bit. But it's basically just cleaning from Saturday morning to Sunday night. If I'm lucky, I get done probably like, I don't know, Sunday afternoon, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And I volunteered for this. I know that. I am tired. I am. But I love Papa, and I would rather take care of him than see him waste away in a nursing home. So I deal with it. It's fine. This is what I do for a living. I've been working in group homes for the past 11 years. This is what I do. I take care of people. I think I'm probably the best one to do this in my family. And unfortunately, no one else in the family is really willing to do the things that I do for him. Like I mentioned, he need help in the shower. He needs help in like just going to the bathroom. And at least one of my aunts have told me that she just can't do that, which is okay. Like, who wants, excuse me, who wants to help their father in the bathroom? I mean, if this isn't something that I do every single day anyway, I wouldn't want to give my grandfather a shower. Are you kidding me? Like, that's not something like normal people do. Oh, sorry, excuse me. My nose started running now. My lipstick is just gonna be gone by the end of this. Anyway, so that's my life update with him. One of the reasons why I haven't really posted anything, because honestly, I really haven't had time. And editing sucks. It takes too long. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing it on an iPad because I don't even have a laptop. And sorry, I gotta suck on my teeth. The iPad is really old. It's like a second generation iPad mini or something. Only 16 gigs, so that's how I lost the footage, because I can only keep so many videos on there because there's no memory on it. And I had accidentally deleted all the footage that I had uploaded, and it wasn't on my memory card anymore, so that's how I lost that. But this, I'm just gonna upload right to YouTube. Make it easy. So one of the other things I'm doing right now, which is probably why I'm able to film right now too, is I'm doing the Whole30. I like to call it a modified Whole30. Oh. Which, if you don't know what it is, Whole30 is super strict paleo for 30 days. No sugar, no bread. No sugar, no bread, no like starchy vegetables, so like no corn. You can have potatoes, but no corn, no beans, no legumes, no other stuff too. I'm just like, I kind of like, and this is like I think the third or fourth time I'm doing it. So I kind of just like, no, I can't think off the top of my head right now what you can and can't have. But I have a basic idea. And I say modified Whole30 because technically you're not supposed to have like, I forget what they call it, but like paleo pancakes you're not supposed to have. it's made with all compliant foods, but the whole point of the Whole30 is to like steer away from those foods. So you want to get your mind used to like not having pancakes. You know, like I use coconut sugar. Coconut sugar is paleo. Technically Whole30 compliant. Technically compliant. However, you're not supposed to really sweeten your foods with anything except for dates. You can use dates. But I use coconut sugar sometimes. But, oh, dairy is another thing, which, that one I'm okay with. Except sometimes I miss cheese. Yeah, so, I call it modified because, like, I'll still have, like, I'm still having Whole30 compliant foods. I'm just not really following all the exact rules of the Whole30, which, I mean, it's been working out so far. Oh, and the other things too, you're not supposed to weigh yourself. But I have been. I'm down like, today, I started on the 2nd, and today is it's the 13th already, wow. It's the 13th. I'm gonna weigh myself tomorrow, but as of last week, I was down 3 pounds, so I think that's good. The very first time I did it, I lost 17 pounds. And then my problem is that I end up gaining it all back because it's not because the diet doesn't work. It's because I don't stick to the lifestyle. And the whole thing with Whole30 is, yes, it's an elimination diet, but you're not supposed to completely eliminate everything forever. It's just supposed to teach you to think, to be more mindful about what you're eating and to read ingredients. And like, I've had dairy, but like, I haven't had as much dairy since the first time I've done Whole30. Like, even my coffee, this is cashew milk. Unsweetened cashew milk. Sometimes I'll use, like when I'm not doing the Whole30, I'll use, who makes it? I forget. There's like a creamer that they have like almond and coconut instead of dairy. And they have different flavors and it's really good, but those are sweetened. But just the dairy part, like, I'm okay staying away from. But I also, as you've seen in my last mukbang, I tend to binge. So, like, I think in that one I have Popeyes and I had 10-piece nuggets. Like, that was my meal. It was delicious. And I would love it again right now, actually, but I just have to learn self-control. So, anyway, the Whole30, doing the Whole30 right now is actually helping me a lot because whenever I do it, oh, you can't have alcohol either, so, which kind of sucks because after a long day, like, I just want, like, a glass of wine, and I can't. But the Whole30 has been great because, you know, I'm going to bed early, and then I'm able to wake up early, and I still have energy throughout the day. Like, I haven't been napping. Like, I'll lay down, like, I get tired. Like, I'll lay down for a little bit, but I don't fall asleep. So, it's helping, and it's something, like, I say this every single time. Like, I want to stick to it afterwards. I really gotta work on, like, impulse control, and, you know, my work schedule doesn't really help either because, you know, there are days where I'm out all day, like, errands, appointments, meetings, and I don't have time to sit down and eat a meal. So, I end up stopping at McDonald's or Popeyes or Taco Bell and just eating in the car in between meetings and appointments. So, I don't know. Meal prep is definitely an important factor, and that's why, like, Sundays or on the weekend in general, I'll try to at least meal prep vegetables. Like, I'll make a big, like, I'll make like a whole bunch of broccoli, a whole bunch of string beans, which is good too because Papa will only eat his vegetables if they're really, 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 really soft, which when you get fresh vegetables, that takes a while to do, like probably close to an hour, I think. So it's helpful to do that on the weekend, and I haven't done that yet, but it's on my list. And we'll see if I actually get to it. So yeah, this video is almost a half hour now, so I guess I can end it. I'm gonna try to post every week again, but we'll see. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see something else. I'll try to think of other things to do, because, you know, I just can't disappoint my fans. All 2 of you. Thank you for those 2 that are subscribing right now. So it's been real. Thank you. Alright, have a good week.